Mr. Kevin Helmick, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm good, Todd. How are you?
I tell you what, I am thrilled, and I guess as my boss, I feel the need to give you a report of some sorts on Greatest Golfer. You, as president of Farmers National Bank, and what you've been to Greatest, I feel getting a chance to talk to you, I got to give you a report that most bosses would want to hear, and that is that Greatest has had a crazy summer of success that we did not anticipate coming out of the closure of the Vindy and then getting hit with COVID and collapse. But I tell you, boss, juniors brought us out of the gate, and Eric Carlson and his Joe Dickey team were great sponsors for a field that filled up for 7 events for us. And then we did this crazy thing called Greatest Day of Golf, where we asked 12 young leaders in our valley to do the crazy thing of golf all day. And they did it at Trumbull Country Club, Caprice Healthcare sponsor. I think we're going to raise about $30,000 for a first time for Boys and Girls Club. And then we get to this crazy week. Long drive is going to be a hit Wednesday night at Tippy, par 3 shootout right afterward at Tippy. And then we get to your stage, the Farmers National 54-hole event, 290 golfers. So it's not an official report with ledger paper and Excel sheets, but I hope you'll take this is a report of what Greatest Golfer has done in 2020.
You didn't disappoint once again, and it's 11 years running, Todd. And I think that one of the things that we love about it the most is the organization, the way it's run each year, but your communication. I mean, I've become friends with so many of the other sponsors that have also taken this on, and I think that it's just made it fun over the years. I mean, golf is part of the fabric of the Mahoning Valley. It's part of the history of the Mahoning Valley and in the business community. It's so important. It's so much fun in the business community because that's where you create and maintain relationships on and off the golf course. And so we've got some great clubs. We have some great owners of various clubs throughout the Mahoning Valley. You use a lot of the courses that we all grew up on and we love. And so just kind of bringing it all together and being with friends when you're out on the course. And whether it's, I played in the Akron Children's outing on Friday, saw a lot of people that are going to be partaking in the Greatest. They asked me about it, said, "Hey, Farmers is back at it again this year, right?" I said, "We wouldn't miss it. We've been there since ground zero and watched Mr. Franco and the team build this thing up." And, at the end of the day, though, I think it's the moments that happen on the course and the stories that I get to hear afterwards from some of the great champions you've had in the past, whether it be in the juniors or whether it be in the open division. And I love hearing the stories,
When we got this going and you guys were gracious to take a chance on us, did you ever have a thought that it would get to be this big?
I think it was, we didn't know where it could go, but it's certainly early on we started seeing, I became more aware of some of the regional tours in other areas, down in the Carolinas, there are regional tours. And we've actually, thought, I think you and I have dreamt together, just said, hey, what if this became what it is? And so I think that's been a lot of fun. It really hit home when I got this baby here.
About that, look at that. That's a pretty. Now you won that shooting 9 under, right?
I was 9 under that year. It was before my kids. No, I'm kidding. I was never that good. But I said too, Todd, this is my favorite feature. So I have 3 sons, and they love that this thing comes out. So I'm just glad it's not broken. But no, I mean this is what it's all about. I mean, just being a sponsor and seeing how it's grown over the years. And I think when you laid it out for us, we weren't sure, but believed in your vision. And we've been, I'm hoping that the community and you see, kind of our consistent fortitude throughout the years that, hey, this is something that people in the Valley look forward to. And I think it's more than the golf community. I hear people catching up, they get online and they catch up with some people that they know that are in it every year, family members or, co-workers. And so, obviously it really hits the golf community. We had a lot of club championships here last weekend. Youngstown had theirs, Tippy had theirs, Lake Club had theirs. And I heard a number of times last week, the reason, why were all the club championships last weekend? It was because they wanted to get them done before Greatest.
So what's the internal Farmers golf culture like, knowing that the Greatest Golfer of the Valley 2019 is now on the employment roles of Farmers National. What's life like with Brandon Placzynski as an employee?
Yeah, Brandon's a good kid. He's with us now, a good young man, I should say, and he's picked right up, and he's part of the family. He's part of Farmers Nation, and so I look forward to him defending now under the banner, under the Farmers banner. Yeah, we have a lot of golfers. I mean, like a lot of companies, you know, we're about 470 strong now across Ohio, and a couple dots on the map in Pennsylvania too, and so we've got a group of pretty serious golfers, you know, all the way down to the zeros and the one handicaps, and all the way up to guys like me and ladies like me that are mid-teens on most days.
Connection to Farmers Bank and golf this year is you might have a Rookie of the Year candidate in Brian Jackson. What should we know about Brian coming out and putting out his first 54-hole test?
Yeah, Brian's a grinder. Brian, he can definitely get it done as long as he's not playing me. I wouldn't want to be playing Brian, you know, this weekend, because I know he plays a lot. I think he plays a lot of his golf at Squaw, and he'll be ready to go. So,
in talking to some sponsors this spring, and I'll confess I didn't ask for any blessing, but when I was trying to teach them, you know, our relationship and the farmers, whatever, I said, I don't know, you can go talk to the farmers folks, but I would share with you this headline from last year, which was record year.
Yeah.
I don't know all that they do, but I do know they've been a long time with us in Greatest, and they're posting record years. So I did share that. And I'm wondering, when you decide and get involved in events like this and others, where does it fall into a bank's role to say, in addition to being a business, we need to be an investor in community events?
Yeah, I mean, we break it down. I mean, we have the stakeholders in our company. We have shareholders, customers, employees in the community, and so this is, you know, we take each stakeholder very seriously. And whether it's, you know, I was fortunate to chair the American Heart Association Heart Walk a few years ago. This year, I'm able to be the United Way chair for their campaign and everything that they're doing with Success After Six. And I know, you know, Bob Hannon and the staff over there do such a great job. And, you know, so you look at those things and obviously what they serve and just how great it serves a certain, you know, a certain mission as well. And so that is one of community, you know, one of allowing people to go out and compete. And I think this year, I mean, we've all pivoted, right? We've all pivoted in our businesses and what we're trying to do. And so I think golf's been one of those stories that has been very good for us to be able to have and to hold on to as a sense of normalcy. You know, we're passionate about doing things for the community just like this every year, but this year it's special. I mean, I'll definitely say, I mean, 2020 is one for the books, right? And I hope it's one for the books and Greatest too, with Greatest Golfer.
What's a bank's role? What's Farmers' role? What's your vision in trying to, while staying in business and growing your own, recognizing that we want to make sure that there's a stronger valley around us?
Yeah, it's a challenge, but you know, it's pretty, you know, it for us, we've defined it. You know, our culture is something special here, and it's from inside out and it's from top down for sure. And you know, we believe in a win-win mantra, and so we don't win without our customers and clients winning first. And we've been racking up wins, so we've been so blessed and so fortunate to be in these positions. And I think putting that stakeholder, our customers first, has really proved well. Our focus is just a small business, and so we define that as some company or 500 employees, which Farmers is a small business by that account, because so much hubs and spokes out of that small business. You know, our friends and neighbors are employed by small businesses. Over 40% of payroll tax is paid from small business. An overwhelmingly large majority of patents come out of small business. Job creation comes out of small business. So as a company, as a regional company like we are, when we can focus on the small business and we have such a close link to the consumer through the small business and through obviously our direct relationships with the consumer, we feel like that's really what drives the community. I'll give you an example. As a community bank, we made a decision early on. Customers sometimes take an account overdrawn. And if that $1,200 hit an account and we had overdrawn it by $100, we left the $100 debit in there and we credited the whole $1,200, because those are that's important money. Those are important funds to get to a customer that might be in need. They might have been laid off. They might have had a temporary furlough. So we made little decisions like that I think had a big impact. And we became such a resource. We had a webinar for businesses on the forgiveness of PPP that's still actually posted out on farmersbankgroup.com that you can access. But we became such a leader and a resource for those things. And hey, I saw businesses across the valley, across the state of Ohio, that just stepped up and delivered. They were touched by the virus in some way or another directly, and then just how they had to pivot the business, they did as well. So I don't think we're any different from that standpoint, but certainly our passion about helping the community and helping the businesses here, we're very proud of what we've done the last 3 or 4 months.
What's it like taking the farmer's name outside of your other places, and then there's a pause as that community digests that this is from Youngstown. This is a Youngstown born and bred group. What kind of thrill is it when that conversation happens or that recognition?
It's wonderful. I mean, we pick good leaders in different communities, and you trust them and you empower them. We've grown in just the last 7 years. We've grown, from about 800 million in assets to almost 3 billion. And to hear Farmers Trust, in Beaver County and PA, and you hear Farmers Trust now in Beechwood, and you hear Farmers National Bank in Worcester and Orville and Wayne County, and just all over, all over really the northeast and central part of the state. It's gratifying. It's humbling. We're just going to keep doing what we do and treating people with respect, providing them products and services that they need and can use, and do it in an age where there's a lot of uncertainty. There's uncertainty with the pandemic. There's obviously social justice reform that's right at the forefront of the news and things. So we're just, trying to do, carry out our mission and our passion. With that, we've had a little bit of success, not unlike Greatest. I mean, our marriage here, it's funny how the paths have paralleled these last number of years. And, Todd, guys like you and I mean, we get to do this kind of stuff and talk about it, but there's a lot of people behind the scenes, and for you, like I said, it's the competition that I love to see with Greatest, and seeing these guys come out and how excited they get about coming out that week and playing. So
put out a little memo about a month ago saying, hey, as we're getting to this window, let's recognize what's going to happen. We hacked around all summer as a 10 to 12 handicap, and people are going to spend their last 5 days, new clothes, new clubs, and some are going to come to play. Some might choke, and we accept choking, but we don't accept as easy the guys who come to play and rise up. So that's where we're at right now. What Greatest is most to me first is the camaraderie and the community that gets established. And you'll see, 20, 30, 40 people lined up in the trees watching a certain group. And to come and be just an average golf person or an average whatever, and you want to get out and see water and breathe air and get out of the house, and once you're distant, you can be out of mask. To take it all in, again, the competition's great, but the community and the camaraderie are pretty special as well. So, yeah.
So if I'm looking to follow it along the way, if I can't make Friday and Saturday and I'm eyeing Sunday to come out, but I want to follow, where are we posting scores and where can I get that info?
TheGreatestGolfer.com. TheGreatestGolfer.com is our new home. We do have a great partnership with WFMJ, which obviously was part of our Vindy family back in the day. And when we were regrouping this year, it was great to have Jack Gerdick and the team say, yes, we still want the sister company to be a part of Greatest Golfers. So you can go to FMJ and follow along, but you can also go to TheGreatestGolfer.com as our new home. I got to tell you, you empowered us and you picked us, and thrilled to have had that decision.
Oh, we are too, Todd. We're in it, and we're growing, and we're dynamic, and we want to be a part of it as long as we can. I hope that gives you confidence each year to go out and put on a great show and put on a great event, having sponsors like Farmers back here that are doing our thing and taking care of our business, but also see this as part of our how we can give back, how farmers, the people in the golf community, the people around Mahoning Valley and now Northeast and Central Ohio, part of PA, they've been so good to farmers. that's just a small part of our gratitude back to the community to be able to provide events like this and let you do your thing. So kudos to you, man. Great job. Great job. And again, this is one of the best. We get cups and things like that here for awards, but this little beauty is one of my favorites right here. Love it.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Best of luck to you, and let's get out and hit them soon.
Oh, you got it. Anytime, Todd. Thanks a lot. Keep up the good work. Okay. Great report.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin.